Okay, and we're back with another Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So yesterday, okay, we started off with episode 5, okay, where the person that came to our office is her, okay. Oh shit, I forgot her name. I kind of like remember her as the Maya and Mia, because like her situation is roughly the same, okay, and the thing is that her sister, okay, is being she's admitting to a crime, okay, but she didn't believe that her sister did that, okay. So now it comes to a big um we went around and investigate, okay. She's the top prosecutor and she murdered one of the detectives, okay, and it's what she said, okay, but most likely is that she's doing this so that she can save face, and somehow she is like it kind of relates to Edgeworth because the body is found in Edgeworth's car and the murder weapon is Edgeworth's knife, and I got a feeling like she's trying to like cover for Edgeworth, okay, but of course Edgeworth didn't do it. It's like somebody else trying to frame Edgeworth, so she tries to help Edgeworth kind of situation, okay. And it seems that she still has some power even though that she's under arrest, okay. So yeah, now we went and did an investigation, and we did the investigation, and now we're gonna go and enter the trial, okay. So let's load the game, okay, and then I can show you some of the evidence. Okay, so her name is Lana. Totally forgot. So the one that came is Emma Sky, okay, the younger sister, okay, and then Lana Sky, she is the top prosecutor, okay. Like one person, well, these two are very sus, okay, because like she's a lunch lady, but she sells her lunch boxes in an underground parking lot. Very sus, don't you think? And this guy is a patrolman, okay, and I don't know why, like he's wearing a cowboy, outfit, okay, very weird, okay. And this is the guy that died, okay. The victim, a good man, detective in charge of homicide and criminal affairs division 1, and they did say that he worked together with Lana, okay, on a case 2 years ago or something like that, okay. So with that said, let's get back to the game, okay. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes, a defense attorney should never believe their client. Is she saying that since she's admitting to the murder, that means she's not the murderer? The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia, but there is one decisive difference between you and her, and that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. What? I'm helping you out. My first trial without a Faye helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. Huh? I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. We do have Emma over here. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole time. Courtroom number 9. Edgeworth. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. What about him? I hope that personal feelings will not be part of today's proceeding, of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what these around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, and not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Professional witness? Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand. The cough-up queen? Oh? Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered a caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down. Should he eat in a trial? I knew it. And for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? And shouldn't you get angry at her? Hey, and you, sir. You ordered a fingerprint lunchbox. What's a fingerprint? It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty, it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Thank you. Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. Prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Stay with me, guys. I'm surrounded by idiots. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Huh? What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. What? And what? Why are you a lunch lady now? She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Wait, 2 years ago? Isn't that the same as Bruce Goodman's? What? Miss Star was a detective? Aha! I know who you are. Cough up. Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up the prosecutor's space, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block. In the car's trunk, the killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Wait. This is Edgeworth's car, right? Why is he the prosecutor? Isn't that a conflict of interest? Right? Oh my god. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Okay, parking lot floor plans added to the court record. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Lie. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on your principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. And that's you. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr. Wait, are they talking about me? Witness account. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garage car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. When she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Witness account. I always knew a day like this would come. How do you know? Thank you. I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted, given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by the prosecutors over there, I'll still be one. Laid off? She was fired? To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I'm a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. I don't think so. Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. Okay, this one skipped. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective intuition at work. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like how you'd say, oh yeah, it was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Speaking of detective intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. A young cheese? A pale white cheese not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn. Then I must be hard, yellowed and hard as a tack. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. In any case, there, in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garage car. Garage car, you mean? Mr. Edwards' car, yes. Mr. Edwards? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edwards, wasn't it? Indeed, it was. See? Conflict of interest. Why is he still representing, in this case? And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. In meters? Nobody uses feet. Okay? Well, except the Americans. like the whole world is using meters. Oh god. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those city opinions to yourself in the future, Rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring? That's a fucking threat! That's a fucking threat! You're not doing anything about that? Oh my god! I believe I heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are home. A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snapped, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchbox is rigged with a camera. Why? Why? I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I showed it to you, your prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division in criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. The moment of the crime as photographed by Angel Star. Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Sky. So, what was the defendant doing at the time? The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Hold it! You tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. I say the blade was about 4 inches long. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It's your knife after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise star. Surprise that. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So, the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. It's only a flash wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Stuff's testimony is flawless. Actually, it's flawed. Flaw's pretty failing to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Just smile at that. Okay, boyfriend. This boyfriend, he's a detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes. This boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? And yet another boyfriend position is still open for the applicant. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. You sure? Note to self, the judge has to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I park in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. Okay. I want to check this. Wait, isn't that Goodman's? Isn't that Goodman's in like court? Right? Through the wire fence, I saw the prosecutor standing next to a garage car, holding a knife in her right hand. Give me a second. Let me save. I got a feeling this is it. Crime photo. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with a knife? As I've already said, yes. I sweated on my finest salmon roll lunch. Stop eating, you damn old coot! Isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Ahem. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection? That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
Objection!
And how can you tell that? The blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Objection! Wait, that contradicts what the testimony witness said in her testimony. Namely, she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. And I thought you said it's flawless, bitch? Bitch? That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understand it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. The prosecutor's guy was cool, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hand in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves, made out of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Huh? The gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, and this to your testimony? The murder was planned, the rubber glove proves it. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. Then why didn't you bring it up? I need to have this is part of the discovery process. There were rubber gloves of the kind of used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, he came to a murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned, and it was a premeditated crime. Huh? Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Star. This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. You can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Star's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fading to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this. Through the wire fence? Wait. And what's my fun? I sensed something but it was... Okay, this part here. Let's see. It's either these two. Autopsy report and cell phone. Okay? It's either these two. Okay. Present. Let's double check. .5 inch. Oh, come on. Then the next one. The problem is that you have to take it out at the right dialogue.
Objection!
This. Come on! Ah! Damn it. This day will come. I was on my way to deliver lunchbox to my boyfriend. Okay, send something. Send something. What should I do? Wait, let me double check. Slide. Dang it. The murder was planned. He's saying that this is planned. Given to Edgeworth. This is Edgeworth. We gotta find a way to prove that she's not. Let's see. Talking stuff. Okay, this is premeditated. Anything else? We don't even know what this means. This is useless. Let's try and show this. No! That's not it. How did you know? This is the autopsy thing. This is not it. Shit. For some reason, having your pen. Wait. Load. Okay. What do we need to do now? Press. Ask her again. Prosecutor basic abhorrence of crime. Methods are ugly and twisted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, getting off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have personal no. Laid off, she was fired. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Which one should I... Deliver to my lunchbox. Maybe we can use this in the trunk. Damn it! Is this it? Victim memo found in the car trunk. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a knife. The murder was planned, the rubber glove proves it. Check. Show this? That's not it. Ugh. The rubber gloves proves it. Objection! The autopsy? It's not the autopsy, then what is? The cell phone? Objection! It's not. parking stuff? No! What is it? What disproves it? The floor plans? Huh? Wait, I think I got... Wait. That's what... that's the what... the thing. The fence. Damn it. I don't know. I don't know this time. No, they're not. Oh god. I don't know what else. Scientifically speaking, Miss testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. This boyfriend is a detective? That boyfriend, you have several? The security guard room is in the lot, in A block. It's up on the second level so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block where she witnessed the crime. What's this? Like I would say it, yes. It was like feeling when you saw pumpkin. Okay, not this one. Yes, he was like a young cheese. In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Are you sure it's his car? Then what is? Then what is? Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garage car. Then what? What? The glove. I have no idea. Wait. Maybe we could go back a bit. When did it happen? We can't use this. We can't use this. Oh god, I don't know what to do now. I'm stuck. Slide. Security room. Oh. Wire fence, I saw the person stand next to a garage car. Something was off. I think it's... This is definitely it, but I don't know what to show. Okay, let us try everything. Goodman. What about this? Trophy? It's not the trophy? Is it the knife? Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I'm sell lunchboxes for a living, you know? Give me a second. This is the right one. I think later on I'm scared that I might screw it up.
Objection!
Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know? That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk? Indeed, that is my knife. Oh yeah, how did he saw this? What's with this case? Did the army of prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, Rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Sky planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, what would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. The knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. And that's good. Order, order, order. Wait, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister is as good as free. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is a humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Sky, murdered the detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Angel's deduction? Lana Sky intended to murder Detective Goodman? I thought you said that we should... What you saw, not what you thought. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge a knife in again and again. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Angel's deduction. Intended? You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, Rookie. I believe she just said was a mere prelude to the story she's about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again. Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half baked. Something half baked is here, alright, and it's you. Try not to confuse the defense, witness. They are not quick on their feet. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intention to murder the victim? And that's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. You have no proof Miss Sky called him there. You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth? Thought? There is no records of a call made on the defendant Miss Lana Sky's phone. She might have written him a letter. Come on, you could have tried public phone at first at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he has a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? How did you know she had a grudge? What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. No, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See, we agreed there is a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. And A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. This judge isn't very good with metaphors. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. A human machine? That's a contradiction. Please, can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? Note to self, Mr. Edwards' side smells like citrus fruit. You say again and again. How many times did she stab him exactly? We often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? How come she's getting mad at me? Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Leave it at that? This is a murder case, people. It's alright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know. Miss Starr has turned out to be the short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her ability as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick would burn longer. Of course, more scientific testing is required. Nope, not this one. I found it. This one here. Death due to blood loss. You said she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you sure? Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my monster pride. How many lunchboxes does she have? I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have explained this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk! He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Thanks. I always believed no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now, I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim? That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. And tell us what you saw. Tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Red muffler? She's not wearing. Okay. Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Okay. Press. A red muffler? Yeah, like her scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. Right? Miss Sky was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. I doubt it. A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I do think that I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to... Okay. Ah! Okay, here it is. Objection! Miss Starr, I demand... The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf. Why are you taking my time? And you prove it yourself. You proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be. Only a professional landlady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection, chopped liver? But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red. Really? Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect? Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending a suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. You're quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is kind of a snake. Don't bother me with the details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bite. I think everybody is. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked me over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. And oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Roar. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Aren't you at Block B? Partition? So, where is this partition on the floor plan? I'm sure it was this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? I quickly caught her, explained her right to her. Quickly! You say quickly, were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from the whole time. Maybe I should press her. Press. I like to see this on the floor plan just to be safe. The landlady car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in Block B. So, you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing, the cough-up queen. Lunch lady athlete indeed. I would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? Ah yes, when I arrested, she did mention the muffler. When she mentioned the muffler, what exactly did she say? If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just one word. So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else. Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean. Ask further. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately, my memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the payphone hanging on the wall. On the wall? Right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order. So she used her cell phone? Indeed, the emergency phone was out on order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should of course add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma, 518. I saw it all. She tried the phone on the wall but had to use the cell phone instead. Do you think you could restate the testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climb over the chain link fence. Then, I boldly grabbed her arm. The chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. You made to escape. Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pate of fall grass. Huh? She even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum? Why would there be an oil drum there? There was an old drum lying on the side of the scene of the crime. But it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The other? The parking lot entrance. That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run behind the partition to the old drums. Excellent. More mysteries. I wish we could solve a few before finding more though. So Miss Sky tried to run? I'm sorry my sister is suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. Okay, for this part, I think I know what to do. Present. Huh? We can check it out, right? Wait. Wait. Yeah, this part I think we can show it. It's not. It's not. Damn it. Okay, let's see. Nope. What? Victim? Wait. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, the resistance is futile. Okay, let's see what. See. Not as sorry as I am. How can I prove that she didn't try to run away? Maybe we can show this. I want to show that she didn't try to run away. Quickly caught her, arrested on the spot. Wait. Why don't we try this? Huh? What shows that she didn't try to escape? Okay. This is when arresting. Parking lot. I think the floor plan. think the floor plan. The floor plan is it.
Objection!
There it is. Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana's gun.
Objection!
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you'd be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Star, this is fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me and I'll make you cough it up. Let's look at the floor plan. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. That's what I'm saying. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in block B, you couldn't have seen it. What? Order. What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies.
Objection!
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about where she saw it. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But, say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection!
A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one.
Objection!
Before you call my lies are pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place... Here?
Take that!
I think it's highly likely that she was. You think? Highly likely? Your cavalier attitude towards in stark contrast to what your evil argument, Mr. Wright. Her being there wouldn't change a thing. Yeah. Security room. The security room. Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star, how many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could have turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star. Order. Witness? What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should have known better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright? Doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make any sense. She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells it all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness found to be lying, they are guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us her reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, you review what we know. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lies that she saw it from Block B. It must make a vital difference, but what? What could change? The angle. Why the angle which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, the security guard station is on the second floor and she would sort of have a 3D view of the crime. And this is important. Why? Ah, come on! Distance. It changed the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans make it, and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see what would change. What she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime scene from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness? Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with my fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for boyfriend? He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass walls station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene, but the door was locked. I couldn't open it. That's why I had to go to the visitors parking in Block B. That's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was the woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. You know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. It's right, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Raise an objection. 5 minutes between the witnessing and the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente. I got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, Rookie. 5 minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edroff, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, it appears to have I appear to have overestimated the witness on account of her professional history. We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Hold it! Ooh. Mr. Edworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? It's the same one she tried to foist on me. I prefer not to take the fancy team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have a decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! Triple decker! Out of deference to the witness determination, I allow one more testimony. Oh, come on. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto, you won't be disappointed. What she's going to pull out of her lunchbox this time. Decisive evidence. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene, and now? To the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? No, you didn't. 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was of course the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. My god, beautiful. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Edgeworth. Don't you forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensic department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty silent. You could at least study some evidence law reading. The prosecution complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems we have yet another court against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. White animal shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Sky. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. It's not over? It's not over? I should have mentioned these. This is not important. And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime? I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I don't want to eat lunchboxes from that basket. Happy for your lunchbox bags, Rudy. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now, tell us what you did. 2 types of blood were found in the shoe. One was of course the victim. Wow, what is... You can't say for sure that the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, okay? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Also, I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they say there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana's guy. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that.
Hold it!
This is a false evidence? I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or do you not have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem? There's a problem. If I'm not imagining things, I say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. A gleam in your eyes. You're still young, okay? I'll give you a peppered fish now. Gut now? Pepper fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is the contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Huh? Huh?
Take that!
It's here. Where? Oh, come on! Let's be scientific. Oh, come on. That sucks. Okay, let's try again. Okay, let's try again. One critical problem with this evidence, a clear contradiction.
Take that!
It's here. Where? Where is it? Which part is it? Wait. Oh, I can do it like this. I can check here. This blood is my sister's, right? It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. What's this? Ah, there's blood here too. On the sole of the shoe, it's got to be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. This blood might be an important clue. Okay. Okay, let's press it. There is a problem. The problem is at the bottom.
Take that!
I wonder if you notice there's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, Ricky, or you'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about the blood on the bottom of the shoe? This one? He was killed before? I'm guessing the shoe has blood on it too. You just shot yourself in the foot. Man, tough crowd. Let's be scientific with examine this evidence. Waste of time. Okay, let's try again. Is that? Wait, we can take out the knife.
Hold it!
There is a problem. There,
Take
the
that!
blood. The knife?
Take that!
What? It's not? Wait. Let me double check. Her hand is not bleeding, right? Yeah. Her hand is not bleeding.
Hold it!
She's not bleeding. He's not bleeding. There is a problem. Okay. This one over here.
Take that!
The photo.
Take that!
The proof. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe.
Objection!
The picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Objection!
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order. Well, witness? What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright. Think. I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Hold it. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an old drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Roar. I thought that was strange. Strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This old drum, was it empty? Oh, that, It's not... I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently, you're not the slowest conveyor belt in this lunchbox factory. Witness? Well, was the old drum empty? The old drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason why she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha! You don't mean? Yes. The suspect knocked over the old drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase bloodstains that would become evidence against her. What? That ties up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tied her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the old drum to erase the telltale signs. Well, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, this guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe. Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please. What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it. But... enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor? Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water. This court find defendant Miss Lana Sky. Ooh. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. Just saying that my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprint. I thought you had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. What the hell? Another evidence? Don't tell me you have something else. The time for deliberation is past. Any further comments, and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cop-up queen. Okay, put her in jail. Look at this. A photograph? I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. That's not what we're talking about. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt on this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems like it's what your sister wanted anyway. Mia. Sorry, Mia. Right. Where or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt and take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time, I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor? Wait. What is it with you people? Can I hand down my verdict in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. The trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. Yeah. So, right? Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah. I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court where the problem is. Super scared. I'm super scared. Here. It's probably here. Probably here. I believe he's trying to say that he wants to open your eyes. Think scientifically. Why is there this?
Take that!
The problem is, what's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait, just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also part of car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see. And I see. What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with the case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Sorry, Miss Star, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said so much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in this is related to this case. This one.
Take that!
Miss Star, recall your testimony for the court. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler? Yeah. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhausting? If so, this means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. What? Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. Funny thing is, why didn't they check it? The verdict will wait until we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Whew, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. You still hungry? Holy shit, that's long. Okay, so this is a Friday? Let's go a little bit longer. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Mr. Wright? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you are swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you pedal, you never seem to get there. Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chamber. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn the trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner! Why are you here? They say you show a red cloth to a bull, he'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when it was a young'un at least. Officer Marshall? Thought I come to take a look at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in the enemy territory. That's hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you have enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Don't that just beat all? Huh? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many times. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the award ceremony that afternoon. Andrew's seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. It's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let the bull where it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. Wait, we're continuing? I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes? It can't be! This can't happen! I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me? Who's there? What the hell is this? What's with this guy? A strange aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Give me a second. The temperature rose 5.7 degrees when the man came in. Who on earth is he? Ah, it's you! Ooh. Huh? Oh! Sorry I'm late, Aji. The roads were packed, it's just me. Long time no see, Aji. How you been? Swim much these days? Hello? No, I've been so busy. Busy schmizzy, Aji. Boy, you have to make time to relax. Yes indeed. Aji seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Ah, you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little wordy giving you all the trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little wordy? Right? You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Huh? Name's Gan. Damon Gan. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Mr. wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky was really wearing that muffler. But to think of it, it was stuffed into the exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. That. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this is.
Objection!
Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could you miss such a vital piece of evidence? Your investigators are this slack. How do you expect them to do your job? Now wait a minute, Worthy. I have no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Mr. Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I've had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel, but you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Sure. Well, yes. I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to palm my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at people anymore. Come, just hurry up and open it. Up, automatically. Oh. There's a small tag on this knife. It seems to say SL92. What does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar. The L6 of the L6 incident fame. But it's strange. What is it? I'm not certain. I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that look a lot like this somehow. Ah! Don't scare me, okay? I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Found at the scene of the crime, wrapped in defendant's muffler. Small tag attached. This does not excuse the action of the police department. I would like to hear the explanation from the chief police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutor and the police and this knife. Sure thing, not a problem. Not even a little one, really. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here, unless there's the evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? I'm not officially linked to this case, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department? Detective? There's hush information, Aji. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
Objection!
Wait a second, you say 5:15? That's exactly the time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Yeah, that's why. When the episode started, we saw like 2 simultaneous murders happen. Anyway, we at the department were flustered, as you might well assume. We were in the middle of top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? Are you dumb? I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places? The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your question focused on the case at hand. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Why? Excuse me? Special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might this special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Rido, but I can't say that now. Not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? It's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something, like a muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on in the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Rido. Maybe there's something about this knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Rido. Oh. This is the only thing. SL92. Huh. SL92. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are found in the place. I should try presenting the evidence, the piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time. One in the police department, that can't be a coincidence. And that knife, what was it doing there? I better check this knife out. Wait, present. What's this? Goodman's note.
Objection!
Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest goodness objection. This knife, this has something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Aha, an honest to goodness, what do you mean from Aji? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92, and this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s 12-2? Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside down? The printed name on the memo makes it look like right side up. But turn it around, what do you get? SL9! Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that's written on the knife tag. Order. Well, Chief? Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? Ah. What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department evidence room. So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice. Good show, little wordy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was an evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder? And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car? Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? The detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Wait, who was killed? On the same day, a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot? Wait, could it be the same? Another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact surprising, isn't it, Aji? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help. But if you help me by giving me data on your case... Ooh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing, and one thing only. Where the victim was found. You already said when the victim... How the victim was killed. How was the victim killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It's what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife. A knife? That's exactly as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit. We're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems like it's going to... I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. I'm 5:15? But when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances? Incidents? This is just my gut feeling. I say there's a 0.001 chance of that happening. Chief Ken, please tell us more about the incident. Who died? It's not officially linked to this case here, so I can't talk about it. How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Rido. You understand? Try to understand, Rido. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together. Whatever, I better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, another one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What was it doing there? Better check this knife out. Maybe it's this one here. Okay, let's try. Present.
Objection!
Not. Okay, let's prove. Let's present. Huh? Present?
Objection!
No, it's not this.
Hold it!
Let's double check. Murder weapon. This was found in the exhaust. Why can't I see this? You know, why this is not part of the evidence? I have to think there isn't a connection here. Connection. Connection between the two. Okay. Let's bring up the SL9.
Objection!
They are connected. The SL9. This is not it.
Objection!
Not really. Knife. That day. Wait.
Hold it!
Something happened at the police department. It's a lie. What happened? You asked them to make this, you know, the blue badger. This is super. Two detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, another at the police department. This can't be a coincidence. And that knife, what was it doing there? I better check this knife out. Okay, let's check both the knife. Victim's blood. Wait. Maybe this knife is used. Let's talk about this knife.
Objection!
Oh, come on! What evidence?
Objection!
Present? Can't.
Objection!
Victim shoe? Oh, come on, what is it?
Objection!
Oh, come on. $5.15. Let's just take this out.
Objection!
Damn it. What could link both of them? The SL6. Oh, come on. What's that? What's that stain? Damn it. What is this? Goodsman's ID? Who got murdered? On the police side. One at the police department. It can't be a coincidence. And that knife. What was it doing there?
Objection!
Oh, come on!
Objection!
What's it doing here then? What is it doing here? Okay, let me just check. Okay. Arise from the ashes walkthrough. Ladder. Wait, give me a second. Wait, this one is... Equipment note. Unless there's an M. Yeah. Press again where the victim was found. The detective was killed.
Hold it!
Okay, this one here. Okay, it says here. Okay, can only answer one. Where the victim was found. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say that the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second, I've heard of that. The evidence room. Did he mention that in his testimony just now? The knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally seem to have leverage. Now we can get Gan to testify the details. Ah. Okay, give me a second. Let me just check. Hold it. Chief, the defense position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Huh, you don't say. Well, I'll with it, Righto. What's the connection? Yes, I'll do it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen was from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention, the victims had on him the case number on the knife evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed at the very same evidence room. Indeed, there do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a good pair. It took my man 2 days to find out what you deduced right there. Chief, I request that you release the information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information? Unofficially? It's Goodman, right? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim in the department, okay?
Hold it!
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, the case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, I guess I might have to try to get him what I can out of him. The victim's ID number. Huh? Sure. Why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Sure, you won't be able to tell their name after all. We'll keep a tight lid on the ID numbers, so don't go getting up to 584. Well, that's quite long. Well, we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82. I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. This tells you anything? This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning. It has to be what I think it is. But what does it mean? Let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department. Take that! Witness? What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just... I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. The two places, two detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh-ho! Is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal ID are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier, that started with 82, it's 54. I forgot. You didn't even get the first number right. Again! The number the chief gave us was 584-2189. Wait a second, right? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, Righto, sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room at the same time. That's impossible. So what you're trying to say is, the same person was killed at the same time? In a completely different location? Order, order, order. Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine. But I'm in charge. I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Wordy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait, I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error? Mr. Edward, they are yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you their names. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright? Where have we heard that name before? Wait. Aha! Excuse me, but this is Mr. Edgeworth. Anyone on the premise? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you don't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edward, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Ugh. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if the officer is capable of making a connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then yeah. How could we say it's not related? No such luck this time, Wordy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule? Evidence law? Mr. Wright? Oh, well, it's Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is the rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in the court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in a court. It's the same fucking person! What? Oh god, I'm surrounded by fucking idiots. The connection was just proven by Ryder over here. Good job, Ryder, my boy. Huh? I... just doing the job. No. No! It seems we have come to an end to this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy, with all these rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just in this past December. I got a feeling that they did this. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened if that's the last thing I do. You better get results this time, really. You have my profound apology, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I'll grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Would that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. Be continued. God damn. Now I don't know what's up, but I do think like the police have something to do with this, okay? And the lunch lady, she definitely is connected to this somehow, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if she's like the co-conspirator for all of this, okay? Yeah. But with that said, I'll end the stream here, okay? Like my brain's pooped from all of this, okay? There's so many things. Like at some point, I'm just like don't know what I'm doing anymore, okay? Well, in any case, we'll pick this up next week, okay? Oh yeah, but the thing is that next week I'm not sure. Like, I'm starting my new job, and I'm not sure I can. I'm not sure. Oh well, thing is that it's my first day, so I don't know how it's gonna go. Okay, but with that said, I'll end the stream here, and I'll try to play this on Monday. Okay. Mm. With with that said, I'll end the stream here, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.